The next question is, and it's also an interesting one. What do you think about our drafts and free agent moves in the Shanahan and Lynch
You're
era?
negative. I love you. You're bringing out the worst in me. You're hilarious. They're not good. Again, this is another. It's like injuries, draft picks, free agent signings, trades. If you base the Niners only on these things, you think, well, they're a bad franchise. But again, every time they make a mistake, D Ford, you could even say Nick Bosa. I mean, Nick Bosa played well, but everyone knew he had injury issues, and now he's injured. So they kind of got what they bargained for. But it doesn't matter because they have Kerry Hyder, and he's playing great. I mean, it matters to an extent. But it's like Javon Kinlaw. Is he good? Is he not? Yeah, he's pretty good. They have Kevin Givens behind him, who's just as good. So now they have like two Kinlaws. Yeah, that's kind of how I see them. Like, they're not the best drafting team. They drafted Solomon Thomas, number 3. Most organizations, you do that, a lot of people are getting fired because you can't overcome it. Not the Niners. Not the Niners.
Yeah.
I mean, they drafted Reuben Foster. They signed Malcolm Smith. I mean, you could go on and on and on and on. Even Quan Alexander isn't that good, but it's okay because they have Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's kind of amazing.
That's the thing, because what I see that when we are talking about the draft, we draft way better in the later rounds, not in the first round, but in the later rounds. We had tons of talents right now in the team who were there. For example, Fred Warner. Yep. He was a 3rd round pick, if I remember well. And I pretty loved the pick. A lot of the people said that he was safety in college, if I remember well. And a lot of people was like, okay, this guy wouldn't be as great as a linebacker. But I was like, come on, man, look at him. Yeah. He is the greatest coverage linebacker right now in the league. And the main part of it is that he played as well safety. He has way better vision than a normal linebacker because he knows how plays how plays are looking from downfield.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Yep. I love Fred Warner. And there's so many examples like that. George Kittle, 5th round pick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Greenlaw.
Before.
I think I think the Greenlaw Warner tandem is going to be there a long time and be elite.
Yeah. Right now, what I see that Greenlaw is, for me, way better than Quan, because
there's no question.
Because Quan has a lot of discipline issues. Maybe he has some problems also with concentration. He just cannot keep the scheme that Salah.
I don't know if it's concentration. I think it's just he's been paid so much money and he's been emboldened to play the way he plays. He thinks of himself as instinctual. That's how he thinks it. It's positive. Okay. Hey guys, I got a feeling, and I'm highly paid, and I've been positively reinforced to freelance. And he looks at the play as kind of like a general guideline for what he's going to do. And then if he sees something, guys, I'm going in. And he's wrong like half the time or more. What's cool about Greenlaw, he's the same. I mean, they're both fast and they both hit hard, but Greenlaw actually like sticks to the script and bails them out. I don't think the Niners would have made the Super Bowl last year if Greenlaw hadn't made that tackle at the 1 yard line in week 17, the final. That saved home field advantage. That saved the season. He's kind of like a hero. Like Quan's like a wild hair that like you kind of have to, he gets you in trouble and he does good things, but Greenlaw's the guy who bails you out. He's so good. And you know his story in college, he saved a girl from getting roofied. He saw it happen. A guy dropped the date rape drug in her drink and he got it out of her hand and he was like a local hero. So he's got the hero gene. He's got the hero gene.
Yeah, of course. The other thing is the draft. The first round draft picks. I know that you like Kinlaw. I know that a lot of people like
Kinlaw, but I wouldn't have drafted Kinlaw.
Yeah,
I like him.
Neither do I, because how we say his name here in Hungary is Kinraw, because he has the raw talent. But right now he is not as good as he should be. After Buckner, that's not a good transition.
He's not, in my opinion, better than Kevin Givens. Kevin Givens is good, but they had Kevin Givens. The way I look at it is it's way easier to find a solid defensive tackle than a solid offensive lineman in today's NFL. Good offensive linemen are rare now. And the Niners had a chance to get that Tristan Wirfs kid who ended up going to Tampa. I mean, basically the same pick. They traded down. If you can get an offensive lineman who's actually good, Got to get him because college football doesn't produce much of them. Look at Mike McGlinchey. That was the 9th pick in the draft. So, and their right guard was an undrafted free agent who's playing like it. I mean, they could use as much talent as that offensive line as possible, and they already had talent on D-line.
Yeah, and that's an issue right now because our interior O-line stinks. Come on, man.
Stinks!
Even
Tomlinson.
Yeah. And Tomlinson is the best right now from them. That's
bad.
That's a problem. That's an issue. That's an issue. The right side of our O-line is like, they are not there. They are not there. Open doors. Come on, man. Come on. Just check them.
and coming back to Jimmy, I mean, this is hard for him. He's a pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
And who's had a torn ACL and now has a high ankle sprain. He's not going to be able to overcome bad pass protection the way he did when he was 26. Now he's almost 29. And we saw what he looked like week 1. He looked a little freak behind that O-line.
Not a little.
Not a little. No, he looked a lot like Nick Mullins, honestly. The difference between those performances is that Mullins turned the ball over and Jimmy was a little bit more careful, which is to Jimmy's credit. But still, they both lost.
Yeah.
They both lost.
I think that's not a big mistake after all. But not a big I'm sorry, I can't
distinction.
Find the word.
Not a big difference. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's all I think about draft.